morning. In this class, we're discussing about a case study about a semiconductor device. Okay. So first of all, we know the basic concept of semiconductor. Yes, correct. So the semiconductor is nothing but is a backbone of your electronic device. For example, so it is like a bridge of your conductor and insulators. Okay. What is the meaning of conductor? What is the meaning of all the motor? Yes, correct. So and also we have to use it for the many types of application and many types of semiconductors are there. Okay, we will see one by one. What are the types of we have to use it for semiconductor? What are the application? What are the disadvantage? How is the basic working of semiconductor? Let's see one by one. So Hari Krishnan, explain the introduction of your semiconductors.
Hi everyone, this is Hari Krishna. I am from third year MCT and I will give a gist about what semiconductor is. As Sir said, semiconductor is a material. It stands in between conductors and insulators. It partially conducts or it partially insulates. It studies the environment and if the environment is favorable for conducting, it acts as a conductor and vice versa. So semiconductors are generally a material which is used for electrical conductivity between conductors and they may be like copper or glass. So semiconductor, it started in the era of 1947. It is called the era of semiconductors. Generally, semiconductors are transistors. So what they do is they will be having two main components, holes and electrons. So there will be two working methods, forward bias and reverse bias. With these two methods, the semiconductor will work, and there's a thing which people tell that for every generation of processors and graphics cards, the amount of transistors used will be double. So the main two components of our current day system is CPU and GPU. So transistors play a major role in both industries.
Sure. As Sarvesh said, semiconductor is a conducting device which used to conduct electricity and which is used in many microcontrollers. As about types of semiconductors used in mechatronics engineering were 5 types. They are intrinsic semiconductor and extrinsic semiconductor and compound semiconductor, power semiconductor and optoelectronic semiconductors. In this intrinsic semiconductor are called as a pure semiconductor, which is basically used in making sensors, ICs and microprocessors. And extrinsic semiconductor are classified into two types, N type and P type. In this N type is made up of extra electrons doped with phosphorus and arsenic used in power devices and motor drivers. And P type is doped with boron and gallium used in PN junction diodes and actuator drivers. Compound semiconductors are comparatively faster and high frequency and high temperature operations. Applications in robotics, communication modules. Examples SiC, MOSFET. And power semiconductors, special category for handling high power devices, which is used in motor control, servo motors and robot joints, etc. And opto semiconductors, which is highly used for optical sensors like LED, photodiodes and optical sensors, vision systems, etc. These are my types of semiconductors which are used in mechatronic systems.
Hi, myself Nishan and I will be talking about the working of the semiconductor. So basically, semiconductor works in the principle of controlled movement of electrons. While not like conductors, it does not allow the electrons to move freely, and unlike isolators, it does not completely block the electrons. So semiconductors are partially conductive and partially insulative. When its conductivity depends on impurities and the level of doping the semiconductor has. In pure form, the semiconductor is called as intrinsic semiconductor, as Sarvesh told, and it uses like silicon and germanium for the material, and Electrons jump from variance band to conductivity band when energy is given. By adding impurities, we create N-type semiconductors and P-type semiconductors. When these are combined, they form a PN junction, which is the heart of most devices. At the junction, current flows easily in one direction but not in the another, which is the working principle of diodes, transistors and ICs. So the working of semiconductor is basically controlling the flow of current by using electrons and holes, which makes them building blocks for modern electronics.
Good afternoon everyone. Today I am going to talk about disadvantages and advantages of semiconductors. First, let's look at advantages. Semiconductors have a very small in size and lightweight, which makes electronic devices portable. They also consume a very power that makes a semiconductor have a high efficient in energy. And the other advantages, the speed and efficiency. They operate much faster than older vacuum tubes. Semiconductors are also reliable and long lasting since they do not have fragile elements, and lately because of mass production they are available at a low cost. Now coming to disadvantages of semiconductors, are highly sensitive to temperature. Their performance decrease when the temperature rise. They also generate unwanted electrical signals called noise, which can affect the unnecessary accuracy of circuits.
Yes. Now the students can be explained detailing how is the semiconductor working and where is the applications, what are the disadvantages and advantages. There are so many applications. The students are explained very well. Thank you, students.